So it just started another video. Okay, so I guess I'm going to go ahead and just make a short video. This is a continuation from the other video that I started on today's date, Friday, October 25th, 2024. And so this right here is an electrode here in the shoulder, and this one is one right here in the neck. And it's dedicated to this type of implantation. Okay, and I'll show you how to get to this URL link in here in a minute that's dedicated to this type of implantation. Now, folks, this right here, this part of the picture right here, that's attached to the link that I'm going to show you. So the pictures I'm going to show you, this one here, this red one here, and this one here, all comes from a PDF file that's online, and I'll show you the title of it so you know how to get to it. So just bear with me, okay? So let me go back and minimize this so I can show you this, because this was shown at the tail end of the first video. This absolutely is this is a picture from a video that was captured on 8/9/2022 at a wooded area off of Gilman Road as I was under attack. So this laser here is going directly to the shoulder, and if you look very carefully, the other one is coming down up in here, and the corner of it is hitting right in my neck, right there. And then what it does is it creates an electric field between both the lasers, creating an induced charge, which helps, I guess, feed the charge into the areas that the lasers are coming in contact with. The laser is energy, okay? And it creates an electric field, okay? All right? Let me go back and show you this one here real fast. Bear with me a second. This was showcased in the first video. So let me show you this one right here. Okay, do you see it? Okay, now this is a different one. This is a different one caught in the same video. So you can see it more better, more defined. Okay, so you see one going across the cheek, the edge of the mouth, ends up at the chin, okay? And then the other one's coming in and hit me right in the shoulder. Okay? And then what it does is it creates lines of flux between these two, creating an in real-time charge that's then feeding into the laser, and then the charge goes down into the skin. So why would they want a unit of charge going into the skin? Okay? What is in the skin that they need for energy to go into it? Okay? So going back here, when you see these two spots, this is a different laser attack caught in the same video. It's going directly to the shoulder and going directly into the neck that's below the jawline, and then the neck goes right here. So this is the jawline here, okay? And then the neck starts underneath the jaw, and the edge of that laser is right in the neck. Okay? Now, I got better pictures of this, so, don't worry. Just stay tuned to the account, and you'll see them. So, the places I just showed you, the shoulder and the neck being targeted, let's go back to this, the neck and the shoulder. Okay? The neck and the shoulder. The neck and the shoulder. These are electrodes. These are electrodes for myoelectric. I don't think that that's showcasing this particular thing. When I make another video here connected to this video series, I got the printouts. In fact, I got the printouts. Where are they? Where's my bag at? Bear with me a second. Where the hell's my bag at? Oh, it's right here. In fact, let me just get them out. So bear with me a second, okay? Because I want you to see these. I had them recently printed out at a place where you can go and get stuff printed out at here in the last month. So if you could just bear with me about a minute here. I'm going to get them out. I'm going to show them to you so you can have an in real-time view. I'll show you the PDF file that these pictures are dedicated to so you can research them extensively yourself. I want you to know that these types of crimes are completely protected. And the small, very, very small amount of evidence that I've shown you in this video so far is nothing compared to the other evidences that I got. Oh, absolutely. So please, I'm literally begging you to stay with this account. I'm trying to find a lawyer or a law firm that can help me, but it's very hard to connect with a lawyer when you're experiencing the extreme censorship that I'm enduring. And you would not believe the censorship I'm enduring, which, by the way, massive amounts of other gang stalking targets are experiencing massive censorship as well. you got to keep in mind, folks, that the demonic bastards who are doing this to us, gang-stalking targeted individuals, that's what we're called all over the internet. There's tens of thousands of us, by the way. Okay, it's all over the internet that gang-stalking crimes are censoring gang-stalking victims' electronic communications, our physical mail, our emails, everything. Our phones, computers, tablets, everything is hacked, manipulated, even destroyed. And by the way, we're going to see if this happens to my 5 phone. It's the phone that's in current active service, and I call it the 5 phone because that's the last digit of the phone number. Okay? Because I don't want to be giving my phone number out in the video, you know. Okay, so just bear with me. So I want to show you these up close, and if you can just let me, because I got my phones connected to some chargers right now, and the USB cords are very short, so if you can just please bear with me. Okay, so this right here, so remember, this is video 2. So far, this is the second video of 2 that I made so far today. And I showed you the date and time, because a lot of times, unfortunately, I don't have time to title my videos right away when I upload them. Because the very place I'm uploading them at, I'm being targeted at as they're uploading. So I'm like, as soon as the videos are uploaded, I'm out of there. Okay, oh, absolutely. So this right here, oh, all right, now hold on. I gotta show you this one first. Okay, so this one right here is the shoulder and the neck. And you notice the M that's right next to it, okay? So that's connected to the trapezius muscle. And that right there, you can research what that is. But what does the M mean? You go down here and you realize that M equals myoelectric recording. It's an electrode that literally records your electrophysiological signals and probably more, okay, as a result of the electrode being there and it interfacing with the demonic bastards who would put this in a gang-stalking target. It's being interfaced with remotely, probably through remote neural monitoring. So you can research that to gang stalking. So this right here is where you see a more, I'll show you how to get to the PDF file here in a minute, so just bear with me. This right here is, and then you got other types of cuff electrodes that they put right in the nerves, okay? And then you got other implants. These are all implants, by the way. So the myoelectric recording are electrodes to interface with the EMG, okay, which are electrophysiological signals dedicated to muscular movement. Okay? Now, you should also know, if you have these in you, there's an extreme likelihood, and sit down for this, because trust me, folks, it's happening. If you have these types of implants in you, and the other ones I'm going to show you in this video, okay, and probably the next video, you should also know that any individual who's got these types of implants in them has also got many, many others, including neuroprosthetic implants that are directly in the brain itself. I kid you not. You gotta be a mature adult while you're listening to me. Okay? And when you see this video series, you'll see how it all comes together. Okay? Because your neuronal processes, your thinking, and your primary motor cortex and your premotor cortex is what is responsible for all your limb movements. Like, I'm going to pick up this paper and bring it forward. That's a thought, okay? The thought initiates the population of neurons in your primary motor cortex, and then those neurons firings sends a signal to the central nervous system. And then from there, oh, absolutely. And then from there, it then sends the signals to the correct body parts for movement. So it's highly unlikely, it's extremely unlikely that a person that's got this type of stuff in them, and the other implants I'm going to show you, it's highly unlikely that a person that's implanted with this type of stuff does not have a neuroprosthetic implant in them as well. The non-consensual human experimentation that is occurring to gang-stalking targets is barbaric to the maximum extreme. And you should also know these types of implants are being used to set victims up for, oh, you would not believe it, sexual slavery, to get the victim to act out and hit people so they can set them up for arrest and then throw them in group homes and or mental institutions. And that's where the community-based gang stalking comes into play at, including using grocery stores, bus services, okay, universities, anywhere the victim goes, coffee shops, you name it. Now, if you got a neuroprosthetic implant in you, okay, these implants can be, it's reported remote neural monitoring can work through Wi-Fi. And practically every business today has got Wi-Fi. And I'm going to leave that statement there. That will be expanded on, just trust me, okay? Trust me. I'm not the only one saying this, folks. Oh, absolutely. You wouldn't believe the audio files I got of scientists talking about this crime and what they're saying concerning how these demonic bastards are interfacing with us when we are mobile. Okay, so you got cup electrodes that are literally put in the veins and arteries. You got intramuscular, okay, implants that are, and you'll see this here in a minute, that are put right on the muscle itself. And then you got myoelectric recording implants that are put in the veins, arteries, and musculatory tissue. And the myoelectrodes are responsible for a lot of choreographing of victims' EMG signals and the stimulation of them, which means they can literally control your body limb movements from a distance. Okay? Now hold on a second. Am I being targeted right now to the very top of my head? Which, by the way, is a commonplace I have seen probably over the years, including without looking for it. Which means I didn't do specific searches for it. Okay, just stumbled across the information from other victims who are saying and I got the snap screenshots to prove it too, who are openly stating they're being hit on the top of the head. Bear with me a second. Oh, absolutely. I'm looking for something. If you can just bear with me a second. I'm looking for something to protect myself because I'm literally being hit on the top of the head right now as I speak to you. In fact, the perpetrators who are monitoring, when you research cyber surveillance and gang stalking, they know you're making a video live in real time. So they'll even, it's reported, they'll even target you, okay, in real time, as you're making a video to mentally bait you to talk about it. And then use the use the statements in the video later against you in a corrupt judicial process proceeding. Oh, absolutely. You would not believe what I know about these psychotic these people are demonic, they're demonic animals. Oh, absolutely. They'll enslave a human being for their entire lives and not think twice about it. They just don't give a shit. Oh, absolutely. All right, just bear with me one more second. I'm looking for something. I can't find it. I don't know what the hell it is. Here, I'll just put this in instead. You wouldn't believe what I went through here just in the past week, including today. Oh, absolutely. Okay, so this right here is the other part, one of the other parts of that same PDF file. And this is then on the opposite side. Now, I want you to listen to me right now, folks, my fellow American citizens. I don't want to draw it on this piece of paper because I don't want to mess this up. So what I'll do is what you want to do is you want to follow the tip of this pen. So you got veins that go down up in here, okay? So imagine a pen, a dot from a pen right here, okay, in the side of the neck, down up in here, and also up in this neck here. I got uniform size bumps inside of veins and arteries that are identical in size, okay, at several areas on the side of my neck and down up in here. Uniform bumps that are the same size in the same positions on both sides that are in my arteries the same size. Now, there's no way that it's not a calcification that has appeared in any vascular system as a result of some type of vascular disease. No, because I'm literally feeling electrical energy go down from the ear area and get dumped into these areas, and then from these areas it goes down into the back, goes down into the front, on the side, goes down into the back, goes down into the front, the side torso. And when you see the rest of the stuff I'm getting ready to show you, I think you'll have a more thorough understanding. So these identical sized bumps that are literally in my either veins or arteries, because I still got to do the research to see exactly what veins and arteries are in the neck here. So we're talking about bump here, bumps down in here, here, and then a couple on the side of the neck on both sides. They are the same size, just like a pea, the size of a pea. If you went to the produce aisle in the grocery store and you bought an actual pea pod in the produce section, and then you opened up the pea pod and you looked at the size of the peas in the pea pod, that's exactly the size of what's in my veins or arteries in my neck and the other places I showed you. They are literally inside my arteries. Okay? And I got audio files literally showing people openly state that these demonic bastards, when it comes to some of their non-consensual human experimentation projects, are absolutely injecting shit right in the veins and arteries. In fact, that's what the cuff electrodes are. Oh, absolutely. Cuff electrodes are put in veins and arteries. And there's cuff electrodes literally on, I mean, look at all these C's you got up here. C, 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 C. C equals cuff electrode. Okay, and I'll show you more of that here in a minute. You just will not believe what they have done to me. I experienced extreme severe abdominal pain on both my right and left side. Okay, and when you look at this one, I also endure a massive amount of electricity right here. Absolutely. Okay. Oh, you just would not believe, and this ain't nothing compared to the other stuff. Oh, absolutely. Just bear with me, folks. Okay. So, you know, let me just kind of put these away here because I don't want to get them all messed up. And plus, I got some SD cards out, and I don't want them to get mixed up with my other stuff here. So let me just kind of show you a smaller picture of this. What these sick demonic bastards have done to me, they're never going to allow me to prove through any hospital, medical center, x-rays, CAT scans, MRIs. They're never going to allow me to prove it. Because they know that I'm intelligent enough to articulate through speech, okay, my experiences. Now you take those experiences, you fold them onto and synthesize them to the evidences that are indisputable that I got. Okay, we're talking about sexual slavery. We're talking about massive human trafficking of different forms, biomedical human trafficking, health insurance fraud human trafficking, absolutely, biomedical research human trafficking, and sexual slavery, absolutely, okay, absolutely, in Michigan, absolutely, and other forms of slavery that I've endured over the years, okay, oh, absolutely. So, one thing, a whole lot more could be said about all this, oh, absolutely. But folks, what you got to understand here is that these sick demonic bastards, they do not care about anybody. They don't care about you. They don't care about your children. They don't care about your infants. They don't care about your pets, your neighbors, your friends, your family. They don't give a shit about nobody except themselves. Period. End of story. And they will go to any and all lengths to protect everything they've done to every victim, including incarcerating victims, murdering victims, and discrediting victims through corrupt mental health. Absolutely. Oh, absolutely. So this right here is an x-ray of some of the intramuscular electrodes, okay, which would be the eye part, okay, intramuscular eye, and you go up here and you see which ones are eye and where it's located at, okay, within the implantations, okay. So this right here is an x-ray of 2 intramuscular electrodes or implants put there, and then a group of them put down here, and then a few of them put up in here, in the arm itself, from the shoulder before the elbow, okay? Right? Now remember, I'll show you how to get to this link here in a few minutes, okay? So this right here is the link, okay? So what I'll do is I'll turn this sideways here. Bear with me. I'll turn this sideways here so you can get, hopefully it will go horizontal. All right, hold on. It's not going horizontal. That's kind of weird. Oh, there it goes. Okay. Alright. So, what I'll do is I'll turn this now. And I'll make sure that you can see it. Okay. Now, this is the article right here. And you want to make sure that there's several articles dedicated to the same implantation. Okay. So what you want to do, let me zoom in on it so you make sure you get it all. What you want to do is you want to bring this, take a snap screenshot of it and bring it up. Now, one thing you need to keep in mind, folks, even if this particular one is not what is in me, it's extremely, extremely similar. You should also know that there are fake dates on patents and research materials. Okay? Make no mistake about it, folks. If you knew what I know, you'd have no problem whatsoever. Okay? A research project can start back in the 90s and early 2000s and not be published. And I'm not accusing the people that are connected to this particular PDF file of anything. But what I am saying, if you knew my experiences to my evidences, let's just say if Joe, a metaphorical victim by the name of Joe, had the type of evidences that I got, cross-reference to identical, very specific experiences to this PDF file, they would say at least say there's a 90% chance that this is what is in Joe. Now, you got to remember something, folks. You're talking to a very educated victim here. I don't say things unless they got substance to it. Okay, so that's why you got to stay tuned to the account. You stay tuned to the account, you learn things over time, you're going to agree with it. I guarantee that. Oh, absolutely. So hold on a second. Oh, absolutely. Okay, so read the tweet itself. Okay, so this one right here, so you read the text of the tweet, and then again you go back and you look here, where the lasers are hitting at shoulder, and then right up into the neck. Okay, and then you see this here. Okay, shoulder right up into the neck. Okay, then this one right here, okay, where the electrodes are right. So here's a few electrodes directly underneath the armpit, and then a bunch of electrodes about 2.5 inches, 3 inches below the armpit electrodes on the side torso, and then you got some that are directly in the arm itself, which is because this is an x-ray, so the electrodes are just going to show up as a white dot. Okay? Alright? So let's move forward. Nah. So, let's go to the next one. I gotta wait till the pictures show up. So, if you can bear with me, because I'm trying to protect my head. Oh, you would not believe what I'm enduring. Okay, so hold on one second, because I might have to put this in airplane. Alright, no, wait a minute. Okay. Now, let me just get a drink of water here real fast. Now, if I get cut off and this video segues into a third video, then I'll make a third video, but it might not be, because I might have to get up and do a couple things. I gotta rotate my solar panels from my phone chargers. Okay, so let me show you this now. This right here, this is a long tweet chain. Okay, all right. So what you want to do is, this is the second tweet of it. So read that text there. Okay, and then what you want to do is you want to look at this. This is directly below my armpit. This is from a live video made, by the way. Okay, you can see, I'm trying to zoom in on it. Bear with me a second. Okay, it's not fully loaded yet, which is why you see that blue there. But if you go up here, I'll zoom in on it, you can see the date and time. Okay, that the video was made. I'm trying to zoom in on it. Bear with me. Oop. Okay, so let me zoom in on it here a little bit. So now this is blurry. This is, some memory serves me correctly, gotta zoom in on it again. Okay, so now it's all blurry. Okay, so it's a lot more blurry than it was before. Okay, how did that just suddenly happen? Alright, bear with me a second. Okay, so let me bring it back up. Yeah, so now it's blurry again. See, I wasn't like that 2 seconds ago. Okay, so, oh, you wouldn't believe what I witnessed these perpetrators do. You just wouldn't believe it. Oh, absolutely. Just bear with me a second. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it in airplane mode and if they're doing anything, trust me. If you knew my experiences with what they do to my phone, folks, you trust every word I say. Oh, absolutely. So I just put it in airplane mode and then took it back out. Yeah, this is no. There's no way that was that blurry just a minute ago. So, anyways, this is from a video from December 6th, I believe, 2023. And I went to Scripps Hospital on December 9th. And I showed them these pictures, and I showed them my body, too. So, you see, and this right here is 2-3 inches below the armpit area. Okay? Alright? So, now watch this when I bring it up. Watch how it, so when I tap on it, watch how the white text on the top corner where I was trying to show you the date at, watch how it gets suddenly blurry all of a sudden. Watch. So watch for the text when I click on it. Watch how the text gets blurry all of a sudden. Oh, there you go. So it's actually from December 3rd, 2023. And I went to Scripps Hospital on December 9th. Because I was so brutalized I couldn't even move. So this is directly below the armpit. Okay, less than a half an inch below the armpit. Okay? And these pictures are all from one video. You can even see that there's video time down here. Okay, it's a picture from a video, so you can literally even see that this is from a video, and when you watch the video, the blue thing goes over to the right, and there's the video length. Okay? So that's right below the armpit. Okay? So then you go here, and these are about 1.5 inches, 2 inches below that burn that I just showed you. So these are on this side torso. Okay? Within 2 inches below the armpit burn. Okay, that's right here. So this is the armpit burn. And then when you go deeper down into, okay, the torso area, you see these. Okay? Now, these ended up happening. The reason why these burns became so transparent, bear with me a second, was because back in December 2023, I did not have any clue whatsoever about this stuff. Just bear with me. Didn't even have a clue. Okay? Oh, absolutely. I was realizing a lot of stuff between December and, let's just say, between December of 2023 and March, April of 2024. Okay? And the perpetrators were seeing I was becoming educated. You better believe it. Okay, and you would not believe the retaliations I've endured because of it. Oh, absolutely. Like they broke my knee in February 2024, and I got evidence of that. Oh, absolutely. In fact, the evidence of that is in this tweet chain. So this is right here on the same side torso, within 2 inches below the armpit burn. So let me tell you how I got this caught. So listen very carefully. If you were to take a motherboard from a computer, and the motherboard is the main digital board that lays in rest, like say if you got a flat desktop that you, or even if it's just a console desktop that sits straight up off the ground, a motherboard, you can Google it. A motherboard is the main digital board of a computer. Okay? If you were to just YouTube, what does a motherboard of a computer look like? You'll physically see it, or you can click on images when you type it in at Google. And the reason why I'm bringing that to you, your attention, is because I want you to have some type of visual reference. If you were to look at the circuitry, okay, the series, parallel, and combination circuitry of a computer motherboard, you're going to see a lot of gold and or silver, okay, lines that go this way, and that's the gold circuitry that the electron flow, the current flow along, and those little gold things, what they do is they interface with devices that are on the motherboard, so that current in the gold circuitry goes into the device then serves its function, and so on. Just like you can even go to Google and type in at Google what a series parallel circuit looks like in electronics. And then, so basically, if you were to take a circuit board and you were to look at the gold and or silver, okay, paths that are on it, you'll see it. In fact, let me just bring one up. Hold on a second. Okay, so I'll just Google one real fast. I can just trust me. You'll understand this here in a second. Okay, so I'm gonna bring up Google. Okay, and I'm gonna type in. I gotta set the phone down for a second. So I'm gonna type in picture of computer motherboard. Bear with me a second. Bear with me a second, please. Okay, so I'm looking for one so you can really see it up front. Okay. All right, so I just took a picture of one. I'm gonna bring it up through the gallery. You'll see this importance here in about 2 seconds. Okay. Now, this ain't the best picture I could have shown you as an example, but it's good enough. Okay. So if you bring up the picture of a computer motherboard and you really look at it up close, what you want to do is you want to pay attention to, okay, this silver pass of what looks like solder or whatever. Let me just go back to Google. Hold on. That wasn't the best one. I'm experiencing massive targeting right now on the top of the head, within 2 inches above the forehead hairline. Oh, absolutely. Let me bring up. That was the one I had. Okay, so if you were to bring up, because the phone is buffering big time. Let me just take a picture of that. Bring it up through Google or through Gallery. Okay, so if you were to take a picture, and these aren't even actually the best pictures, because I guess today's motherboards got so much stuff on them. But what you want to do when you bring up a computer motherboard is you want to look at all these fine. In fact, you'd probably be better off just by going to Google. Give me 2 more seconds. Stay with me. I'm gonna Google something else. Okay. I'm going to type in the picture of a BGA. So I'm typing in picture of a BGA monitor schematic. Okay, and BGA is just basically the electrical circuit board that controls your monitor's functions. Okay. So if you were to type in, because they usually got a lot less, because I used to be a head of a parts department for the largest privately owned computer firm in the state of Michigan back in the early 90s, level 4. Trying to bring one up. Oh, God. Okay, here's a great one to show you. In fact, this is just a rough outline. Now, trust me, you'll be glad that you stayed with me. Let's go back and bring up this, because I want you to have a visual reference. Okay. All right. So going back to this. Okay. So do you see this right here? These lines right here. Okay. So I want you to picture those as being the picture of what gold looks like. You know, like a gold bar. Okay, from Fort Knox. Okay, so a lot of circuitry has silver and gold on it, because silver and gold is very conductive. And when you plug something into a power source, the current from the power supply, it goes along the gold filling of the circuitry until it hits a device that they got embedded on it, because that device has got a transistor or a diode or a resistor or whatever. So when you follow along the path of an electrical circuit board, you're going to see they got silver and or gold fillings on them. And this is the path where the current flows on it. Okay? Now, why is that important? Let's go back to the burns on my side of my torso. Okay? If you were to take, and you can Google what it looks like, take you 2 seconds. If you went to Google and typed in copper EMF guitar tape, you're going to see what copper EMF guitar tape looks like. Okay? And what copper EMF guitar tape is used